Measure twice, cut once. Greetings, everyone. You are tuned into episode 46 of the Trust and Believe Nomad Cast. I'm your host, Mr. Anderson. Thank you for tuning in today on the 21st of December. Glad you guys are here, lending me your ears and lending me your visuals. Speaking of that, if you're a brand new person to this channel and you like the content, go ahead and subscribe. Click the bell icon. And if you're on other social media platforms, to include YouTube, TikTok, and everyone's favorite, Instagram, go ahead right here, Retired Master Sergeant 20, right up in there. Appreciate everything. Tell your family and friends as well about the Trust and Believe Nomad Cast on all platforms: Apple, Google, Spotify, Amazon, all the etceteras. Check the website, trustandbelievenomad.buzzsprout.com. You can find everything. All right. So, all right, with all that being said, let's go ahead and segue into opening remarks. And just doing some research last few days, looking at the news and everything, and kind of seeing the trends of where we are as a human race, how we are as business, as a society, and even as a world, right? This world is spinning, folks. And it's kind of one of them things, you know, you either get right. What is it? What is the old saying? You either get right or you get left. Now I'm talking about in the instance of self-automated utility, in terms of going to a restaurant and there's a robot serving you. There's a robot taking your order. Self-driving semi-tractor trailers. Oh my gosh, right? Imagine that on the highway. Robotics and Amazon. And this has been going on forever. But now with this advanced technology, this advanced AI that we have right now, and it's getting developed even more at an intensified rate each day, each hour, each second, right? And it become, I won't say it can become scary, but again, if you don't latch on to this thing, because the experts are predicting this is the wave of the future. So I looked at a thing on TikTok yesterday, and I can't remember the gentleman that posted it. I want to give proper credit, but I don't remember. I should have screenshot it. But anyway, it was a restaurant. I want to say it was in California, and right now they're just doing a test run, almost serving as a proof of principle, right? They had the robot take the order. The robot was in charge of like 3 tables, and the robot would go to just say table 1, take your order. Table 2, take your order. So on and so forth. The robot will move in, and it's not at warp speed. The robot will go to the kitchen. The chef or whoever it was would take the order, right? Place the order, prepare the food. The robot will sit there and wait. And then the chef or whoever will place the food upon the trays, and the robot delivers. Now, I understand that's kind of cool, you know, if you want to test something out, test out a robot or whatever. But what happens if you go to a restaurant, typical Saturday night, a payday weekend, large city, and the restaurant is packed? Will a robot serve in the capacity where they can actually, you know, bring out the food at a fast rate? Where's the conversation at? Where's the dialogue? Where's talking to the waiter, to the waitress? You know, they kind of just making great conversation to you, right? Because sometimes that's the whole experience of going to a restaurant, to establish that rapport, establish a conversation, and you continue that conversation throughout your experience at the restaurant, right? Because most of us can cook whatever we eat at a restaurant. But again, it's all about the experience. Now, everything is kind of getting depersonalized now, because you can't talk to that waiter or that waitress. I'm just, saying and predicting the future. You can't talk to that waiter or waitress. Now I'm talking to a robot named whatever. Where's that interpersonal conversation? But now the experts will say, well, the robot can communicate with you. I don't want to communicate with a robot. Let's talk to the freaking human. We got a robot upstairs, right? That freaking, the shark, the little, the Robomax. What do you call them things? The vacuums, the circular vacuums. We use our phone to freaking communicate with the thing. But half the time, the dude don't shut on, or he'll shut off, and he'll just start vacuuming on his own. So again, the technology has to be improved, but at the end of the day, you're taking away that human experience. And let's move on to the truck driver industry, right? It's bad enough that you have to rely on a human to make sure he is confident in his role as a truck driver, and he's, driving his vehicle from here to wherever he got to go. And now you're relying on faith, because what if this guy is sleepy that I'm driving next to? But now they want to replace the truck driver with a robot. The truck driver, hey, we need 11 hours of sleep. Well, the companies are saying, okay, if you need 11 hours of sleep, let's develop a self-driving automated truck, semi-truck of all things, to drive down our nation's interstates and freeways with a robot. What happens? I know it's all about saving money and it's all about advancing technology, but it's like sometimes I think we're accelerating too fast for our own good. I think let's employ the technology where it needs to be. Let's go into a digital world, getting rid of excess paperwork and the bureaucracy and all this other nonsense. But then we're applying technology to everyday needs. You know what I mean? And I may be in the minority in thinking this way. I don't want to be antiquated with my thoughts, but I think sometimes we move too fast. We're trying to prove a point. I want to be the first one. I did this. Technology is going to be like this. 10 years now is going to be like this. And we have to advance as a society. We have to advance as a world. We're challenged between the Chinas and all these other countries. I get it. Got it. Understood. However, how fast is fast? Because now you're putting people out of work. The traditional folks that work at Amazon. So instead of having 10 workers on the line at a warehouse or at Amazon, now you have 2 people that's in charge of 8 robots. So now you're taking 8 people away. Now, if you want to divert them and move them into the corporate sector or other places, relocate them throughout the warehouse or wherever you want to do, that's fine. But we're replacing humans, that human touch, with a robot. You know what I mean? It's just something to think about, something, because we are going to get challenged with this as we move forward, as the years go on. Just something to think about here on Opening Remarks. All right. And there's more to that, but I just wanted to kind of, talk about that. It was on my mind. All right, everybody. Again, thank you for tuning in today. Today is Talking on the Tuesday. Got a great thing lined up. Last week, I talked about, what did we talk about last week on Talking on the Tuesday? We talked about something. Every day we're talking about something. But we're going to continue a conversation today, have some fun with it. I let the Foxes, the CNNs, and the ABC Newses, I let them deal with all that hardcore reporting, that news. I want to try to keep it light here as possible, but also I want to be informative of what's going on. All right. So stay tuned, stay locked. Talking on the Tuesday is next, y'all. And you know how it go. Trust and believe. All right, everybody. Welcome back to the Trust and Believe Nomad Cast here on this Talking on a Tuesday. We are talking on a Tuesday, ladies and gentlemen. And again, talking on the Tuesdays, I always say it serves as a freestyle session. I pick a random topic, we conduct a deep dive, and we have some fun with it. Because there's so much hardcore, hardline, frontlining news that's out there. I use Tuesdays as a fun way. And I'm going to have some changes coming up in January regarding Tuesdays as well, because I think I'm going to start diving into interviewing some of my old military friends and family. But just stand by for that. But anyway, what I want to talk about today, and I thought it was fun to dive into, it's a website called eatthis.com. And what I did, I went on the website, conducted some research, and I pulled 7 fun facts, crazy fast food facts that were previously unknown. Now, if you go on eatthis.com, they actually have 100 fast food facts that we didn't know. So due to time constraints and to serve the greater good, I only picked 7 of those 100. But again, it's something fun we can kind of dive into. People call this type of stuff useless knowledge. To me, it's always a great talking point, and I'm a sucker for history. So with that being said, let's go ahead and start. Number 1, IHOP omelets are fluffy thanks to pancake batter. For the fluffiest omelet possible, IHOP includes a special ingredient with its eggs. Ding, ding, ding. Pancake batter. You can find the recipe online and make it at home. Unfortunately, this means that those avoiding gluten have to avoid the egg-based dish, according to IHOP's allergen declarations. Now it's funny. I didn't know this until I started doing research on this. I didn't realize that IHOP utilized pancake batter in their omelets. All of us, I'm willing to assume, and I think it's a fair assumption, a safe assumption, that we have all went into an IHOP to eat an omelet, to eat a burger, steak, or whatever. And I've always wondered, why are these omelets so daggone fluffy? IHOP omelets are so fluffy, you can freaking take a nap on these freaking things. It's mind-boggling. And I didn't even know that they utilize pancake batter. It's like in the military, you go to some chow halls at some installations, probably the majority overseas, bigger installations. You go in there and get a ham and get an omelet, whatever you want. I would get a ham and cheese omelet. And some of those omelets are so fluffy you could take a nap on. And some of those omelets got dog, they thin as a piece of paper. So I was wondering, will some of those cooks utilizing pancake batter? But I think even if you go to some of your mom and pop restaurants, around the corner type places, I think they use a lot of pancake batter as well, because some of those omelets are very fluffy. But that's pretty unique. I never known that. So the next time you make an omelet, ladies and gentlemen, go ahead and utilize some pancake batter. Then type in the comments of how it turned out. They say you can find a recipe online. It's pretty cool. Number 2, the fish fillet sandwich was invented for Catholics. McDonald's fish fillet sandwich was born in 1962. But not as a healthy alternative, but as a religious one for Catholics who did not eat meat on Fridays. Sales of this sandwich are especially high during Lent. Hey, sometimes you got to make sure you accommodate everyone, religion, creed, color, what have you. My only issue with this is not so much that it's an alternative for the Catholics. My thing is, why hasn't McDonald's updated and reinvented the fish fillet sandwich? The bun is so soft. You could talk about taking a nap on an IHOP omelet. You could take a nap on that freaking fish fillet bun. But my thing is, McDonald's, why haven't you revolutionized the daggone fish fillet sandwich? Why haven't you modernized it? Because the fish fillet sandwich is great. To me, it's probably one of the best fish sandwiches when you compare it to the competitors like Burger King, some of these other places. The taste is better. What I wish, the fish was actually bigger. They apply a daggone tomato on it, maybe some tartar sauce, maybe some lettuce. But then McDonald's is notorious. If it works, we can't change it. Thank God they don't change them fries. But that's another story. We can dive into that. But that's pretty interesting about accommodating the Catholics. And then you look at the sandwich. I would love to take a deep dive and look at the numbers during Lent when Lent is going on with this sandwich. Pretty amazing. That'd be something fun to dive into. All right, number 3. Dave Thomas and Colonel Sanders used to work together. Dave Thomas worked for KFC for years and was close with Colonel Sanders. However, in 1967, he invented the now famous revolving sign. When he sold his KFC franchises, he used the money to start Wendy's. That's pretty interesting. A couple nuggets here I did not know. Well, shoot, all of this I didn't know. I did not know Dave Thomas and Colonel Sanders worked together. In 1967, he invented the revolving sign. I know a lot of those are not in place right now, but I remember a lot of the older folks, right, telling our age, we remember the lopsided KFC sign going around on top of the sign. But remember, that's when KFC was great. That chicken was great, and then Popeyes kind of smacked them in the face. And, I'm not a fan of KFC anymore. Back then, I thought it was great. But, if I'm going to get fast food chicken, I go to Popeyes. And then he sold his KFC franchises and started Wendy's. Now, we know the fact about Wendy's is named after his daughter, right? And I believe it started in Columbus, Ohio. I may be wrong. I may have to fact check that. But that's pretty interesting. So I'm wondering, how was the relationship? Was it a peaceful departure? Was it an angry departure? I own this. No, I own this. This is mine. This is, I wonder, was it like that? So that'd be fun to kind of dive into. But ladies and gentlemen, I did not know that they work together. It's pretty interesting. All right, number 4. Pizza Hut used to buy all the kale. Before kale became the hottest healthy shopping list back in 2013, its biggest purchaser was Pizza Hut, but not for pizzas. The fast food chain used solely to decorate its salad bars. So they used kale to decorate the salad bars. I know my mother-in-law, she used to be a major player at Pizza Hut, and I remember they used to talk about, even I saw it as well, how they used the kale and everything around the salad bars and the pasta bars. That's when you used to go to Pizza Hut and you can actually sit there, dine in, eat your pizza, sit with your family, have a picture of pop and all that. But I don't know. Again, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if any Pizza Huts nowadays where you can actually dine in there. That used to be an experience, but I remember now thinking about it, reading this line, kale was around there and they used it just to decorate. Man, that's pretty interesting. And now kale is like one of the biggest greens that you can eat right now. So everyone's eating that healthy kale, that old Pizza Hut sitting on the salad bar kale. Next one, number 5. Dennys locked its doors for the first time, and they found out they needed locks. Always open 24/7. Dennys stores never closed until 1988, when the fast food chain decided to give its employees much needed time off. The only complication that arose was how to make sure the place was locked up while empty. Because many stores had never closed in the company's 35-year history, they had to hire locksmiths to install new locks or replace very old ones. You know, I find that kind of funny. I worked at White Castle, and White Castle only closes once a year, which is Christmas, right? But there were always locks on the door. So you mean to tell me all those years Dennys was open, they never had locks for their doors? So and I got it. The restaurant stayed open 24 hours. But you mean to tell me no one, whoever built the building, whoever developed the blueprint, the print for the building, they never thought about making locks? Even if you're open for 24 hours, to me, let's still have a lock on this, because just in case someone's trying to rob the place or what have you. It could be inclement weather. I mean, anything. But that's pretty mind-boggling. And this was back in 1988. So Denny's are letting you know right now, if you ever open up a restaurant, anything, and it stays open 24 hours, please install locks as well, right? Don't wait freaking 35 years after the fact when you decide to give your employees time off and then you realize you don't have freaking locks. Shame on you, Denny's. Shame on you. Number 6, y'all. Another Colonel Sanders. Colonel Sanders opened another restaurant after Kentucky Fried Chicken. After perfecting his fried chicken recipe, Colonel Sanders saw KFC grow to a $1 billion company. KFC also changed their chicken and gravy recipes to something that didn't meet the Colonel's standards. Since the KFC founder hated the new food so much, he opened a new fried chicken restaurant to compete with the chain he started. Now, there are so many things we could talk about KFC and the secret recipe, who actually invented it, who cultivated. That's something I would definitely like to dive into later on. So you built another restaurant that competed with yours, but you didn't like the way the recipe came out. You changed everything, and then you made another restaurant. Look, man, KFC, again, I have my own issues with KFC, so I'm just going to leave it there. But, you know, KFC, I guess, is doing well. Again, not one of my favorite places to go, and I don't want to knock it, but that's pretty interesting that he built the company, developed another company, didn't like the chicken recipe or the gravy, and built another company to compete against that one. So my thing is, if you're in charge of something, shouldn't you be the one that's co-signing and approving any changes? That sounds like a you problem, sir. I know he's long gone, but yeah, that's a you problem. Last one, y'all, and I have intimate knowledge on this one. This is number 7. One Burger King burger was made with black squid ink. In 2014, for a limited time only, Burger King customers in Japan can enjoy the Kuro black burger, which included black cheese made from bamboo charcoal and a black squid ink sauce on a charred black bun. I will tell you, we were stationed in Okinawa, Japan from 2014 to 2017. And all the Burger Kings that was on base and all around Okinawa, to include mainland, had this burger. And I remember we used to drive by, my daughter used to talk about that black squid ink burger. And I was tempted to try this burger flying from the Philippines to Singapore one time. And I remember the airport in Singapore had the black squid ink burger. I didn't eat it. I remember going up there and she asked, welcome to Burger King, can I have you tried the black squid ink burger? And I said, no, I saw that in Japan already. I think I'm good. Let me just get a number one with cheese. But I remember this black squid ink burger. They had a big old sign at all the Burger Kings on base and the one out in town in Japan. I remember that, the black squid ink burger. No, Burger King. I didn't try that one. Now I kind of wish I did because I don't think you can find it now. So again, we had a little fun today. This was Talking on a Tuesday. Again, 7 fun facts about fast food that we previously didn't know. A lot of these I didn't know as well. Again, to ensure I provide proper credit, this comes from eatthis.com. Again, eatthis.com. It has a list of 100 crazy fast food facts, and I'll make sure I'll put a link in the description as well to give proper credit. But yeah, try some of those out, especially with the IHOP, the omelets, and the pancake batter. That's pretty interesting. And look through that list when you go on eatthis.com. There's some fun facts in there. All good. All right, y'all. Again, appreciate you guys tuning in today on a Talking on a Tuesday here on the 21st of December, 2021. Again, I've been saying it for a while. We're getting closer to Christmas, y'all. Do that last minute Christmas shopping and everything will go well. Hope you guys have a great day. See you guys again tomorrow on Way Back Wednesday. And I have another story about my first time in Germany, landing in Germany, and some of the issues I had with some of the senior leadership when I landed in Germany. So that'll be the Way Back Wednesday story for tomorrow. But this concludes Talking on a Tuesday today. I thank you guys for tuning in. Be safe, be sound, and continue to prosper. See y'all tomorrow. Trust and believe.